you've been
back to the 90s. You've been our version of Terrell Owens with the pom-poms as it relates to the 49ers lately. Steiny, greatest. And you said greatest start to a career ever.
One of them. Yeah, one of them.
One of them.
Yeah.
One of them. I opened up The Athletic today on the internet. And there's a story by Mike Sando.
I like Mike.
Very respected writer. And he talked about Brady in Montana. But he also listed another quarterback who had a phenomenal start.
Kurt Warner.
No. It's somebody you're very knowledgeable on. Dak Prescott.
Oh, boy.
Dak Prescott sucks. Oh.
Okay.
Why would you jinx Brock Purdy and bring guy's name up?
Well, because there was a story about it.
Okay.
That I didn't write, but
you read it.
Let's do a little comparison.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. You know this off. When did Dak Prescott
2016.
Okay, and how did
he looked great in a preseason game at the Los Angeles County Coliseum against the Rams.
Okay.
So much so that Tony Romo the next week got hurt in the preseason game, and he just took off, and I thought he was going to be the next big star.
Okay.
And here we are, 8 years later.
The first 10 starts of Brock Purdy's career, what's his record? 10-0.
Look at you, undefeated.
Dak Prescott's record, first 10 games, 9-1.
Damn, they had a good team.
Very comparable.
Yep.
Completion percentage, Purdy 70, Prescott 68. Wow, that's
that's it. Go ahead.
Yards per attempt, Purdy 9.1, Prescott 8.4. All right.
Ballpark.
Touchdown interception. Purdy, 20 touchdowns, 2 picks. Dak, 17 touchdowns, 2 picks. 121 rating to 109.
This is fascinating.
Purdy's been sacked 2 times more. Yards after catch, 48% Purdy, 44%. These are the same numbers.
You're missing 2.
What? This is the first 10 games of each of these guys' regular seasons.
Yeah, I actually would like to add Dak Prescott lost his very first start, won his next 11.
Oh, okay. So he was actually 10-1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you left off.
What did I leave off?
Brock, in half of the game started. He didn't control that because he came in, when he came in last year, took his team into the playoffs, and they went 2-1.
Okay.
Dak's first year in the playoffs, they beat Seattle, they lost to the Rams. Okay,
That's
so there
the
was
difference?
still there was still like, go get the Dak jersey. This dude's going to be the next. This is why you guys quit on Tony Romo. Now we're 8 years in.
Okay.
And 5 years of the 8 years, I knew I was off the train because I figured out, the defensive coordinators figured out that Dak couldn't read. His weakness or kryptonite was reading a zone defense.
Okay.
And that has deteriorated all the goodwill. They paid them. They thought they had what Brock Purdy has. So I hear that, and that's stellar. Because Dak was that guy.
Right.
What I'm saying is,
Purdy's that guy.
No, I believe Purdy at the line of scrimmage, Dak had a great team. Okay.
So does Purdy.
Okay, I hear you. No doubt. But I believe what I've seen from Brock Purdy, from the processor,
Here we go.
is so, and this is why I'm all in on him, Steiny, is it's totally night and day with Dak.
No, it's not.
Dak didn't have to depend on it as much. Okay, what did Dak end up being? Look, can we say
doesn't matter?
His days are numbered. It's
all we're
real.
talking about is the start of a career for a guy.
All right, then you got that. I'm going to give that to you. I don't know what you want me to do.
No, I agree. I hear you there. But acknowledge, well, you don't have to do anything.
No, now you got me a little nervous about Brock.
Well, that's my point,
Wow.
Like the same way I allow for the possibility that
Regression.
Steph, Clay, and Dre may take a step back. It's like, well, there are examples of it's. I think Purdy's good too, but this is interesting to me. That's all. It's interesting,
dude.
To
It
me.
Hit me like a frying pan.
And again, I'm not making.
But you're throwing out there. You ain't telling people do what you want to do because we can.
See,
you can. Steiny, that got me to thinking of slow down.
Watch this. Am I cooking the books?
Nah.
Nice.
But
you know what this reminds me of?
Dak ain't a Kurt Warner story. That ended in
Well, that's true.
That was
He's
incredible.
Not. So
and
we
Kurt didn't get figured out. He got old, but Dak has been figured out.
Okay,
Steiny.
so Brock Purdy, is he going to be Kurt Warner or Dak Prescott?
Well, you know what? I'm going to answer it like this. Are the things around Brock going to deteriorate like they did around Dak?
Well, if
when
he gets
Dak
paid,
had
they
Amari
are.
Cooper, oh my gosh, it was look at our offense. But that's interesting. I'll just say that. But what if I tell you and Evan this?
Mm-hmm.
I really believe in what's between Brock Purdy's ears. So there will never be a fall off on I know what the defense are trying to do to me.
When Dak Prescott was going 9-1, I'm sorry, 10-1 even. Were you thinking at all, I don't know if he's going to be able to read a zone?
Never.
Exactly.
I thought with Dez
You had
Bryant,
him, didn't you?
I thought this was the next.
And there was another quarterback that we had on our team who I thought was going to be. What about Cap? How's Cap start?
I thought he was going to Canton. That just you didn't ask. That playoff game against Green Bay, Matt Steinmetz, and even he almost pulled off the Super Bowl. Then he threw those terrible out routes. We won't even talk about that. But I was there, and I think you'll look me in the face and tell me, "Goo, you wasn't by yourself."
I thought he was going to be unbelievable. I was like, this guy's going to be the greatest quarterback of all time.
I don't know why he is not. It stopped. Was it the zone defense or the politics? I'll leave that for another day, but it stopped.
We can save that for another day.
But
here's one, here's my one thing about fans. I'm going to ask a simple question, but people will interpret the question as hating.
You pull it into chords.
Okay, Colin Kaepernick had a great start with the Niners. I just told you Brock Purdy started 9-1. I also know that Tom Brady took over for Drew Bledsoe and won 7. So tell me why Purdy you think is going to be more like Tom Brady or Joe Montana than Prescott or Kaepernick. I pretend I don't. Here you go. Here you go. Pretend I don't know any football. I know. I don't anyway.
Yeah.
Good. For the sake of this argument, tell me why Brock Purdy will be more successful than Dak Prescott's been and Cap.
And I told Evan this. I believe his ability to read pre-snap and determine what the defenses are trying to do and where to go with the ball, he knows how to do that better than both of those quarterbacks. Now, somebody could be dog cussing me right now. Oh, it's easy for you to say that now, Goo.
Right.
But slow down. I admitted I bit the apple from both because I thought you couldn't get that far and that successful in the NFL not knowing the zone defense. But Steiny, at some juncture, they're going to take players. They're going to take something away to where now it's about, is it, what's in between the ears.
Right.
And right now, early stages, Brock looks like he has that.
Yes,
like that's
absolutely.
not going nowhere. Now, if you take Debo, McCaffrey, and Ayuk away, is he looking different? But it still can be different to the point to where when you watch Dak, now you got, listen, Steiny, this is real. Why is CeeDee Lamb not getting the ball? Because Dak doesn't know how to read the deep. He's so confused.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
We're not talking about what Dak's turned into. Only but I am.
That's a hell of an example for you two to find.
But I'm genuinely curious if you could somehow remember watching the Cowboys back then when this guy took over.
I was all in.
It had to be exactly the same as 49er fans are feeling about Purdy right now, right?
Yeah, and I don't know what to do with that. But can you? They
I
went to the playoffs, and it wasn't his fault. The rookie year and lost to the Rams. My thing is, he might have 2 Super Bowl rings before he's figured out. So that would be deemed a success, right?
Yeah.
He's going to have to slay this Philly Dragon, not week 13. Whoever they play in the playoffs.
Did you hear Spadoni's question today?
No, I missed it.
You're not up that early.
Hey, I'm driving before you even hitting in the shower, but go ahead.
No, I don't know why I said that. Because you do
you
get up earlier than me. That's why I don't understand why you get here later than me. But Spadoni said, would you take Brock Purdy winning the MVP this year?
Okay.
But the Niners don't win the Super Bowl.
Over
winning the Super Bowl.
No, hell no. I can't wait. I'm going to text him. No. It's not the San Francisco Purdy's. It's the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay. So you're already taking for granted that Brock Purdy's going to be the franchise quarterback for the next 5 years.
I am.